I'm going to share my screen
Go
and we're
ahead.
going to jump right on in, guys.
Let's do it.
So those of you who I have not met, um, I'm Katie Tosi. It's a pleasure to meet all of you, and I'm excited to get you started with DACdb. A couple things I want to make sure you know. You already have access to the system through your district. So your district has already purchased DACdb usage for your club. And they've also purchased the Ignite mobile app, which is designed to engage your members and keep them connected to the club and each other. And then also the engagement module, which allows your club to set up your meetings, track attendance, create service projects, log service hours, pull reports based on member engagement. So we're going to touch on all of that. But I want to make sure that I kind of make sure you know exactly where to go when. So two ways really to interact with DACdb, and that's on DACdb.com, DACdb.com. And that's the website that you go to. You don't have to download any software to get into the system. It is a web-based platform. DACdb stands for District and Club Database, in case you were wondering. The other way to interact with DACdb is through the Ignite mobile app. And it really is a game changer when it comes to how clubs are operating. And, you know, we recognize the fact that your members who do not hold positions are not likely going to log into the system. I'd be shocked if you told me that a lot of your members log into Club Runner currently, because we just recognize that in this day and age, people do not want to stop and log into a desktop version database. They want to be able to work on the fly and connect with people on the fly. And they're always on, they know where their phone is all the time. Except for me, I lose mine all the time. But for the most part, they know where their phone is. So having the ability to connect with your club and interact that way is really important. So if you're logging into DACdb.com, this is likely what you're going to see. So something similar to this does sort of mimic your phone. If you have a smartphone, it kind of mimics those apps on your phone with all of our different little tiles. So every tile you see is going to take you to a different area of the system. So I'm going to start with some basic information here, basically your membership management. Okay, so of course, if we click on members here on our members tile, that's going to take us to our member list. So whenever your district decided to move to DACdb, we worked with them to extract a data download from Club Runner for all clubs. Okay, so what we did is we got that information, all of that membership information pulled from Club Runner and uploaded it into DACdb. That is where this information has come from. If it was wrong in Club Runner, it is wrong in DACdb. Okay, so the first thing I really want to focus on with a new club is the Rotary International connection and making sure that your membership information is accurate. Okay, so we do have all of your membership information here. You can click on the little pencil beside any member and edit their information. Your security and what you are allowed to do within the system is solely based on your role within the club. So if you're a member who does not hold a position, you're going to be a level 1. You cannot edit anybody else's information or anything regarding the club. But if you're a level 4, maybe your treasurer or secretary, president-elect, president, you have the ability to edit member information, club information. You have a lot more access than your general members. So if you're in a member's profile, there are all these tabs here. I'm not going to go through every single one in detail, but I do want you to know that this is where you're going to update your members' information, or they can do this themselves if they choose to. Obviously adding your photo, updating your contact information, which email or phone number they want to be listed as their preferred method of communication, their club history, and their login information. So this is going to show you their username. They can also reset their password, and this is going to show you what level of security they have based on their role. And so on, keep on moving down the line. You have a lot more information, their bio, their partner information, and so forth. So I'm going to cancel out of that real quick, and I want to show you where the integration with Rotary International happens. Okay, so we already looked at the members tab, and that's where our member information is housed. But if I scoot down here to the RI Club Compare tile, this is really important. It is literally the most tedious thing you will do during this entire transition, but it is so important. So you can see we have two columns here. We have what is in Rotary and what is in DACdb. So everything in the middle here, if it is red, that means that it does not 100% match. That does not mean it's wrong. It just means that for some reason, it doesn't 100% match. So we're going to take a look. But you notice that we may have somebody here that we actually have a member here who is listed in RI, but is not in DACdb. And this is one of your honorary members, apparently. So we can actually add this person to DACdb if you would like. I'm going to let you go through those processes and add people or remove them whenever you feel comfortable doing that. I just want to show you how this works. So we've got our list of members here. I'm going to go up and I'm actually going to pick on Diane, if that's okay. So we've got Diane listed in DACdb and in RI, and I'm going to go over here and click the compare button. And this is going to pull both the data from DACdb and RI so we can look at it side by side and understand what doesn't 100% match. Okay, so the start date, and this is your club start date. It's in Rotary International as October 12th, 2021. Is that accurate?
I joined this club in 21. I joined Rotary in the other date is there.
This is your Rotary start date, and this is your club start date. Okay.
So what do we do with that?
So it looks like in Club Runner, your Rotary start date was added, and in Rotary International, they are showing your club start date. So we just need to figure out what if you need to push this information over to DACdb. And again,
yeah, I would think so.
So see this little pink box here with the arrow in it? Mm-hmm. This is allowing us to click that box and it will push this data into DACdb. Okay. So I'm going to click that box and it's going to transfer that information here. Now, if you were on view and edit access with DACdb, meaning we have that two-way communication with RI and we can push updates to Rotary International for you, then you would have another box to be able to push information to RI. Currently, you're on read-only, which is fine because your current partner with RI is Club Runner, and that's okay. You can only have one view and edit partner because they can't receive information from both partners at the same time. So when you are ready to fully move to DACdb and terminate Club Runner's pushing data to RI, you'll just need to make that change in myrotary.org. Okay.
Jerry, did we get in I'm sorry, Katie, but Jerry, we did get an agreement, correct, at our board meeting?
An agreement for what?
To go with DACdb?
Yes, yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Okay, so basically
what we did at the board meeting was we agreed to pay for the website portion.
Right. The treasurer that we have uses spreadsheets. So we haven't opted for the finance package. So are you suggesting that July 1st, we go in and switch it?
That would be fine. Yeah. I mean, you can do it before then. You can do it. It's totally up to you.
Katie, I have a question. I'm sorry, I don't mean to take all your time, but
No, ask questions.
we have a bunch of images in our image library at Club Runner. Is that something that you can grab or not?
We cannot. But you guys, I know that Club Runner actually makes it very easy to download your files from there. So you can actually download those and then drag and drop them into your club files in DACdb. And you can have categories and folders and things if you want to segregate, organize them however you want to.
Well, I mean, the document part, I think Jerry's already done that, right, Jerry?
Some of them, not all of them.
Okay.
I didn't
I'm
download
talking-
it from Club Runner. I had all of the minutes and finance reports on my computer, so I just reloaded. I just loaded them up with DAC.
Okay.
Oh, awesome.
Well, we have a ton of images in the image library. Not in the photo library. It's called the image library. So I'll find out about it because I think a lot of those photos, as soon as I post them on the website, I delete them because my computer gets so full of stuff.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I'll find out. Yeah, I'll find out.
Awesome. Okay, so if we continue to go down the line here with our columns, you can see that Diane's last name in Rotary International is different than in DACdb. So it just depends which you would rather it be listed as. If you want to push Goodyear over to DACdb and wipe this out, we can, or you can do it the other way, but you can't push the update that way until you're on view and edit.
Yeah, I think I went in today. I was playing around with that. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then, so as far as a badge nickname, you don't have one listed in DACdb, so we can push that over. Again, it's very quick and easy. Everything else appears to match pretty well. If I scroll down here to the email addresses, so I want to make sure I address this red information because people get really worried about that. All this red information right here, this red sentence, this email cannot be changed at RI. Send email to data@rotary.org to change. All that means is this is the email address that Rotary International has listed for you and your profile. We cannot change that for you. We can add other email addresses to RI. So like if you wanted this one added in, we could push that over there. But all that is saying is you can't wipe that one out. Sorry. Now, if you want to add it to DACdb, we can do that. Right now, it looks like you have 2 email addresses listed in DACdb, and that's these 2. Do you want any of these added?
I don't know why I would want to have more than one, but I don't know. I don't know.
I would just leave it alone if you're happy
Yeah,
with the one that
I
you
mean,
have this for, to be honest. So it's updated. Everything that we made changes to has been updated in RI, okay? Now, if you want to add ALF to DACdb, you would just click Add to DACdb, and it will add it, okay?
Yep.
So you can, like I said, this is tedious, I get it, but it's really great to go through and do a comparison on each of your members to make sure their information is accurate. Okay? Any questions on that?
Nope.
So the other thing that you can do in this area is your club officer compare and your club info compare. So if I go to club officer compare over here on the left, this is going to show us who you have listed in DACdb and in Rotary for this organizational year, for the following organizational year, and beyond. So so it looks like we don't have a lot of officers listed for the coming organizational year yet, but we can change that in DACdb and then push that data to RI once you're on view and edit, okay? Or vice versa, go into RI and make the update and push it to DACdb, whatever makes you happy. Now, if Anne is going to continue being the membership chair next year, you can actually just, if this is accurate, you can just click this little pink button and it will push Anne's information over to DACdb to make sure that she's listed as membership chair for the upcoming organizational year. All right.
Yep.
So that is your officer compare. And then your club info compare, again, over here on the left, is actually looking at your club information, just like it says. So you can see what is in DACdb versus what's in RI, you know, what your email address is for your club, your mailing address, things like that. So you can see your charter date, your club number, your club name, all is matching. So remember earlier I said it doesn't mean it's wrong, it just doesn't 100% match. So this is not wrong, it just is different, okay? So it was entered differently. So it just depends how you want it to be shown. Do you want me to push the Rotary Club, comma, P.O. Box 14826 over to DACdb?
No.
Okay. You like it the way it is.
Yeah.
And then meeting location. So the meeting location is different in RI versus DACdb, which is accurate.
You can change that. You can push that over if you want.
So the Fort Lowell Road is correct?
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we
do you want to put, is there any way to put the restaurant name or there isn't, huh?
Well, it's down lower.
Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect.
Maria Bonitas?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
We can
can,
add that.
or you,
Um,
and you-
When you pushed the address over, the zip code didn't match.
Huh.
That is right.
Can you change it there?
No, you cannot.
Hmm.
That's interesting. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Interesting. Thank you, Jerry. I don't know why, but I'm going to show you where you can update that, okay? Huh.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I see. Huh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so going down, I'll show you where to update that. Tuesday is accurate.
Yeah.
And the time matches. Would you like to add this information here into DACdb? The hybrid meetings available at each meeting, in person, first and third Tuesday, Maria Bonita, the address, 6 to 7 p.m., click calendar for details, call or text Jerry at this number.
I would think so, Jerry,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do that.
Looks like good information to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so your club phone number is listed in RI as this. I don't know whose number that is.
I don't either.
Oh, shall I call it?
Who are you? So I might leave that one alone and not add it to DACdb until we know who that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you using your phone number, Jerry?
Well, that's not my phone number.
No, but I mean, do you want to add your phone number?
It's on there right above there where it says
Right.
contact me if you have questions.
Right.
Yep. So let's take a look at that.
Right.
And then your email address and your website are down here. And the only difference here is you've got the www dot, and I would just leave that alone. Okay.
Okay, I know whose number it is. BJ Cordova's.
Oh, well, we want to get rid of that.
I would think so. He's not even in the club anymore.
Yes. Get rid of that. So to do that easily, if you were on view and edit, you would have the ability to wipe it out. So basically you would take this
okay.
and push it over. We cannot wipe it out of RI without that ability. Okay. Only Club Runner can do that because of the way you have access set up. So whenever you change that, we can change it. Okay.
Got it.
All right. So this is done. We don't have to click save.
Oh,
We're
that's
done.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. So that's that. Now let's go back to the My Club tab. All right, so we've been under the navigation area over here on the left. I'm going to go back to the My Club tab. And you're going to notice that we've got some more navigation links over here. So, and this is really admin functions. So I know I'm not clicking on the tiles yet, but I just want to make sure that you guys are seeing the real nitty-gritty details. So if I go to admin functions here, if I click the drop down, I can select Edit Club. And this is where you're going to be able to make those changes as far as...
Go back down there. See where it says Pacific time? Is there anything that says Mountain Standard? No.
Well, right now we are on Pacific time.
Yeah, but it's considered Mountain Standard. Otherwise, we're going to have to keep changing the time zone.
The problem is that Arizona doesn't do daylight saving time.
Right, we don't. That's why we have our own.
The rest of the country.
And usually when they have these choices like this, there will be a choice that says Mountain Time
Phoenix. Yeah. Or Mountain Standard Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that Leo had asked our support team about that, and we didn't have it. The Mountain Phoenix time. I'll bring it up again. Squeaky wheel, right?
Well, otherwise we're going to have to keep going back and forth to change.
I know.
You know, that could be a little bit tricky.
All right, I've got a note to send that to them.
All right.
Okay, so this is where you can just basically update your club information and some other details about the club. But if you go to the address tab, that's where we can update that information. So you wanted we needed to change this.
Yeah.
What is the correct postal code, zip code? Do we know?
It's 04, isn't it, Jerry?
I don't know.
No, it's 16.
16?
Yes,
85716.
correct.
Okay.
Okay. So there you go.
Okay.
And if you have any links that you want to add here, directions to your meeting, things like that, you can update your positions here as well, or see them specifically for each of the organizational years. So go there.
Can we tell it to take the 23-24 data and move it to 24-25?
You can. So yes. And I'll show you how to do that. We do have to do it for each person, but we can do that. The last thing I want to mention in here is your Ignite tab. So this is where you're going to designate who receives those service selfies. So when somebody takes a service selfie in the app and it sends it to whomever, this is where you're going to put who you want it to go to, whether it's your public image chair, your secretary, your service chair, whoever, anybody. So basically you're going to choose what position you want to receive it.
When you're talking about photos.
Yep.
Okay.
In the Ignite mobile app, they will have the ability to send you photos from when they're serving in the community.
Got it.
And yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would do. So you can set that up there. Your webmaster, maybe. All right. And now in this area, you do need to click Update, the red button here in the top right. Now, if we're going to look at our positions, let's go back to our Positions tab here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on, is Diane going to remain the Public Relations Chair? Right?
I think so, yeah.
So we're going to click on there. And what we're going to do is we're going to click Clone Last Position. There you go. That's it. Okay. So now we've added your position for the 24-25 year as the exact same as what you had. And we're going to click Close.
Who is Karen Gibson?
Karen's on our team. She
Oh.
added, she added all of your officers when we uploaded
gotcha.
your information. Yeah.
Okay. I just thought we added a new member. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah. You'll see Karen's name in the system quite a bit because she added everybody. So,
Okay.
now, Anne here, if we click on Anne, you'll notice she is immediate past president this year, which means the system knows she needs to be moved to past president next year. So that's already there. Does she also plan on serving as membership chair again?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and add her as membership chair so I can show you how to do that. So if I click on add in the top right corner, come on. I'm going to make sure it's selecting the correct organizational year because it's a little finicky about that sometimes. Because it's mad that it thinks I'm trying to do 2 years. Okay, so I've got my org dates correct. And I'm going to click on add. And it's going to give me a list of positions. And I'm going to select membership chair down here at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Can those be added? Because I'm seeing you've got the taste of two-back chair and that kind of stuff. Well, you can add. Okay, thank you, Katie.
Yeah.
By just typing it in, does it add it, or you've got to actually physically add it?
You have to do that in Club Setup.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So down at the bottom, we're going to click Save. And then at the top, we're going to click Add. And now we have 2 positions. You're going to see a little exclamation point just because it's notifying you that this person has 2 roles listed for the same organizational year. Just letting you know in case we messed up and we didn't mean to add that to that organizational year, but we do want it that way, so we're going to leave it alone. And we're going to click Close. Got it. We know. Okay. What about Gerald? Jerry.
He's a secretary.
You're going to be secretary. We're going to click Clone and Close. Now, Scott is currently president, correct?
Acting president, yes.
And so if we go into Scott's profile, it knows that Scott is currently president in 23-24, will be immediate past president next year, and then past president beyond. So well, basically, we just went in and edited his information. No problem. Okay. So what about treasurer?
Yep, that's George.
And Natasha?
Only 11 members, active members in the club, and you need 9 of them for your board.
I know.
Change much.
All right. Will Natasha and Laura remain the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now if we go to the 24-25 year.
There you go.
We've got our positions.
Yeah. So you're just cloning them, unless they change, then you can reassign them, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Now, if we needed to add, let's say Deborah wanted to be an officer, we could just go add and select what position. And
now, will it let you do that because she's an honorary member, not a full member?
Yeah.
So an honorary
maybe we'll give her. How about giving her a job, Jerry?
I'd like to.
I like it. Okay, so that is that is the club admin area, the club positions. Okay, we're gonna go back to the My Club tab up here in the top. And I know this is big, but I wanted you to. I figured it was kind of small on your screens, so I enhanced it a little bit. All right, so that's, we already took a look at your members. Here are your officers. And so whenever the new year starts, your officers will change up here based on who you have selected in the system. And And then let's go back to our tiles. I'm going to talk a little bit about P-mail. So P-mail
Talk
stands
about the
for,
one that says Club Easy Bulletins, because that doesn't show up on my screen.
okay, let me show you something. Do you see this little cogwheel in the top
yeah.
right corner of your screen?
Those are your
Yeah.
settings, aren't they?
So if you're not seeing something that you need to, click on that cogwheel. So all of these yellow rectangles are the ones that are currently showing in your view. The ones down in blue are the ones that you do not see, but you can drag up if you need to. So if I don't need to see RLI or any of this other stuff, I'll just drag it back down. But if I want to see easy giving, I'll push that back up, and then I can drag around whatever I want, okay? And then I can click Set My Configuration in the bottom right corner. And so when I click on Set My Configuration, that changes my view. It changes what I see, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So now if you weren't seeing the Club Easy Bulletins, you can choose to drag that up into your view. So if we click on Bulletins, we actually can just go to New Bulletins up in the top right corner. And you don't have any templates created yet, so we can create our first template. So you just click here to build your first template. And now it's giving you some layouts to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
And you can decide, do you want, body of your newsletter to be here with a header and some stuff on the sides? Do you want 2 columns? How do you want it to be broken out? So I'm going to just select this one here. And you can decide how you want it to, what look and feel you want to give it. So what colors do you want it to be? Do you want dividers between your stories? Do you want a footer? Do you want it to be available in HTML to send that out? You have the ability to change this however you want it. So if you want a purple and pink bulletin, you just knock yourself out. So we'll save that. So now if we want to populate this template, we have the ability to edit it. We can duplicate it. We can just do the advanced build, whatever you feel like needs to happen. So I'm going to click on advanced build and I'm going to click on build it over here in the right. Problem is, you don't have any data in the system yet to populate it. So let me go to my club. Okay. So this is one of the bulletins that I created. Okay, this is a template that I created. So we have our committee list. I pulled in our stories. This is the header that I created. And this is just a really long letter is really what it is. Now, if I go back, you can see this one here has more things, the same kind of template, but I dropped in different things. So I wanted a link to our end of the year party. I wanted the birthdays listed. I wanted our club leaders with their contact links listed. And all of the things here that are populating the bulletin, these are called easy stories. Okay. So you can add photos and information to your easy stories and it automatically pushes them into your bulletin. Okay. And then you can choose how you want it to be laid out. So basically you're going, let me go, new bulletin. And I'm going to do a one-click build. And it pulls in see, it's different now. it's pulling in my stories. Okay. So it's pulling in our service opportunities, our information here. So you can
How did
see,
you tell it to pull in officers and birth dates
so that I have it set up to, that is my template. I have it set up to always pull in our events up top,
yeah,
then
but
our
how do
birthday.
you put that in there? How do you tell it
So
want events to show up here?
edit templates. Okay. So I'm going to click edit this template. So I've got my header here and I can choose what I want to pull in. So right here, my main body, I've got my story selected and my sidebar here. So let's see. Footers. I'm trying to figure out how to edit this. I've already created, sorry. Where is it? Okay, sidebar tags. So right here under the sidebar tags, let me go back. You see right here on the left,
Yes.
sidebar tags. I can decide what I want here. So if I want to have birthdays up here first, I can do that. Okay.
Yeah.
And I can, get rid of whatever I don't want. And if I want, let's say, the RI theme to be at the top before my stories, I can put that up here. Okay. And so I can get rid of this down here. Maybe I want birthdays down here in the footer. I can do that. So if I update it, I can do one click build. Okay. And it's pulling in everything that I said. Now remember, I left birthdays up here and up here. I didn't take them out. So it's pulling in whatever I tell it to. It's pulling in the theme before my stories. And down at the bottom, geez Louise, it should have my birthdays here. It does not for some reason. So you can do a lot. You just tell it where you want it to come, what you want to come in. And whenever you're creating your stories, right here is where you do that. So your Club Easy Stories, that is where you create the information and stories that will populate your bulletins. And you choose where you want it to go. So for example, this one right here, if I edit it, I can tell it when I want it to be published and where. So I have it going to my website, my homepage, my dashboard, my bulletins. So it is going to go there, but it's only going to go through June 2nd because that's when I want it to come back down. There's a whole training we'll do for you on bulletins. Like
When are we going to do that?
Whenever you want. Whenever you're ready.
Oh,
yeah, we're at your mercy.
So how do I make a appointment or a reservation to do it? Just email you?
Shoot me an email and I will probably set you up with one of our support team members who is a guru at the bulletins, and they'll walk you through it. And they'll help you create a template.
And what is your email?
It's Katie, KATIE .Tocci, TOCCI
Okay.
at memberminderpro.com. All right.
Okay.
Wonderful. So I do want to touch on committees before we run up against our time here. So if you click on club committees here, you'll notice that you have the ability to create your committees. Let me get back to your club. Forgot that I was in mine. So you can create your committees and you can manage them in this system. So again, we're going to go find our committees. They're right here. And you don't have any committees listed, so that's okay. We can create one easily. So if we click add committee, we can put, maybe, what do you guys call your leadership team, your officers? Leadership or executive committee, what, I don't know.
I'm not sure what we call it.
That's okay.
You only
So
have
we're just-
11 active members. It's hard to have committees.
Yeah, I know. So you can just create that there. And then if you wanted to put a description, you can.
Say we wanted to have a membership committee. Let's
Uh-huh.
that one.
Let's do a membership committee. And we've got, how you want to display it and things like that. Who has access to update this committee. And then we're just going to click add up in the top right corner to add our committee. Okay. Now, once we've added the committee, then it pops up another tab for members and positions. So if I click on that, then I'm going to be able to add people to this committee. And I just do that by clicking here, this blue button, add/delete committee members. And this is going to give me the chance to select people. Now, remind me who your membership chair was. Was that Ann?
And
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to add Ann. And you know what? I'm going to add her as the chair, and I'll click save. Okay, so she is the chair of this committee. And then who else would you like to add to this committee? All of you?
And Jean Medina.
Anybody else?
That's enough. That's it. That's the
All right, and save. And now we've got a member and a chair. Now, what's cool about this is I'm going to click update. So we have our members updated in our committee. Okay. I can, if I'm going into the next organizational year, I can actually clone this committee into the next year, which is kind of nice. All right. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Now, we've got our committee listed here. If we had more, they would be listed here too. We can either edit our committee, we can delete the committee, we can pull reports on the committee, and we can even P-mail this committee, which is our personalized email system. So if I click P-mail, it's going to automatically open an email with those people from that committee in the email. Okay, I can type my email, I can attach documents, I can add a calendar link, a registration link, whatever I want to do here. I can schedule it for delivery at a later date, but it's automatically pulling in those email addresses to those specific committee members. Now, if I go back, you can also see that if I click into this committee, now I have the ability to also add files. So this file, this area is specifically files for this committee. So if you have files that you want for this committee, but you don't want them saved for everyone else to view, this is where you're going to do that. Okay. And I would just encourage you to play around with that. Okay. I know we've spent a lot of time on a specific things, so I apologize, we're running up against time. Talk to me about what specific questions you guys have so far, or do you want me to just talk through what our next steps are to get you guys up and running?
I get this the next steps, I guess, because I think we're ready to go.
Okay, so next steps, if you have specific training that you would like to do for specific officers, if you'll just send me an email and let me know, I'll get that set up for you. If you guys are moving forward with any of our subscriptions, so the easy website, finance module, things like that, then you'll just need to let me know so we can get those added to your cart and get that taken care of. And once payment is made for those additional modules, then our team will actually set up training with the right people for those.
I think the only one we want is the website.
Website?
Yes.
Okay. Let me stop sharing here. And okay, so really all I need to know is, do you guys plan on building the site yourselves after we train you? Or did you want us to develop that, a custom development? So there are two different options you can choose. Just depends what you want.
Well,
It would be up to Diane.
yeah, Diane's really good at when, so I think she would.
And I would assume that's what Diane will choose. She's left to go to her next meeting. Apologize.
No, she actually just texted me too, about privacy and certain fields that we don't have to get for contact information. Specifically, yeah, that's a great point. So whenever you guys are adding a new member or editing someone's information, please know that we are required to collect their birth year, because that is a requirement of Rotary International. You don't have to put their birthday, okay? The date, actual. You just have to have the year. So just know that. You do have to have an email when you add someone, and there has to be a mailing address. So just keep that in mind whenever you're adding members. I will just shoot an email to Diane, and I can copy you guys this afternoon and say, all right, well, tell me which option you want, and we'll get you rolling. And as soon as we get that set, then we'll start setting up trainings. Because you guys have access. Do you have usernames and passwords yet?
As far as I know, well, they're set up automatically. Their username was their email address, and the first time they go in, they have to tell it, I don't know what my password is.
Yes.
And it brings up a way to create a new password. That's what I did.
Perfect. And that worked well for you?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
I don't like the fact that the password has to be so long, but that's okay.
Hey, the good news though, Jerry, is for the mobile app, you don't have to remember your password. So that's positive. But yeah, I would encourage, everybody has a username already. So, and if they have, 4 different email addresses and they're not really sure which one they have in the system, just have them ask us. No big deal. We can get that for them.
Yeah, or I can probably go in and get it.
You can get it. You know how to do that. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate your time today. And I know it's a lot, but this is not the last time we will talk. I can promise you that. We want to make sure you feel comfortable with the system, and that you can use it to not just manage your club's information, but to grow your club and your public relations. I mean, it's just important to get out there what you're doing, because you're doing so much. So we want to help with that.
Right.
Thank you very much, Katie.
You're very welcome. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.